Sure, here are the 3 keynotes for the speech titled Leading with Purpose: How to Make a Difference in Your Community. Keynote 1: Understanding the True Meaning of Purposeful Leadership. Leadership isn't about titles or authority, it's about influence, intention, and integrity. True leaders identify a purpose greater than themselves, a mission that benefits others and strengthens the community. This keynote explores how self-awareness, empathy, and moral clarity form the foundation of meaningful leadership. Keynote 2: Building a Culture of Service and Empowerment. A leader's real success lies in the ability to uplift others. Purpose-driven leadership focuses on empowering people, encouraging collaboration, and nurturing a shared vision. This section highlights practical ways to create opportunities, foster inclusion, and transform communities through acts of service and compassion. Keynote 3: Sustaining Impact Through Vision and Consistency. Making a difference is not a one-time effort but a lifelong commitment. The final keynote emphasizes how vision, consistency, and accountability sustain lasting change. It teaches that leadership is a continuous journey of learning, adapting, and inspiring, ensuring that one's influence extends beyond personal achievements to a legacy of collective growth. Keynote 1: Understanding the True Meaning of Purposeful Leadership. Leadership is not confined to a title, position, or power. It begins with a mindset, the understanding that real influence comes from purpose, not authority. Purposeful leadership is driven by the desire to contribute meaningfully, to create positive change, and to leave behind a legacy that uplifts others. It is rooted in service, vision, and authenticity. To lead with purpose, one must first know why they lead. This question, "Why do I do what I do?" is at the heart of every great leader's journey. When a person discovers their deeper motivation, leadership transforms from a task into a mission. It becomes less about personal success and more about the growth, well-being, and unity of others. A purposeful leader does not chase recognition, they chase impact. They understand that leadership is not about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in your charge. Self-awareness is the foundation of this kind of leadership. You cannot guide others if you do not first understand your own strengths, values, and limitations. Purposeful leaders take time to reflect, to listen, and to learn from their experiences. They cultivate empathy, the ability to see the world through the eyes of others. This allows them to make decisions not out of ego or pressure, but from compassion and fairness. Integrity is another core pillar. Leadership without integrity is like a ship without a compass. It may move, but it lacks direction. A leader guided by strong moral principles earns trust, and trust is the currency of influence. When people believe in your character, they will believe in your vision. Purposeful leadership also requires courage, the courage to stand firm in one's convictions, to speak truth even when it's uncomfortable, and to make decisions that prioritize the greater good over convenience. In essence, purposeful leadership begins with an inner transformation. It's a journey from self. Keynote 2: Building a Culture of Service and Empowerment. A leader's greatest achievement is not measured by personal success, but by how many lives they touch and transform along the way. Purposeful leadership thrives when service becomes its foundation. When leaders choose to serve rather than rule, they cultivate trust, loyalty, and unity, the very elements that strengthen communities. Building a culture of service begins with empathy. A true leader listens before leading. They pay attention to the needs, struggles, and aspirations of others. This understanding allows them to create opportunities that uplift people rather than control them. By putting others first, leaders spark a sense of belonging, a shared belief that everyone's contribution matters. Empowerment is the second pillar of this culture. Great leaders don't seek followers, they create more leaders. They provide people with the tools, knowledge, and confidence to take initiative. Empowerment is not about giving orders, it's about giving ownership. When people feel trusted and valued, they rise to their fullest potential. A culture of service and empowerment also thrives on collaboration. Purpose-driven leaders recognize that no one person holds all the answers. They encourage teamwork, celebrate diversity, and welcome new ideas. This openness not only strengthens relationships but also fuels creativity and progress within the community. Most importantly, leaders who serve lead by example. Their actions speak louder than their words. Whether through volunteering, mentoring, or simply showing kindness, they inspire others to do the same. Service is contagious. One act of compassion can spark a chain reaction of change. When leaders build a culture centered on service and empowerment, they create more than progress, they create purpose. They transform ordinary groups into united communities that grow together, thrive together, and lead together. Keynote 3: Sustaining Impact Through Vision and Consistency. Creating change is only the beginning, sustaining it is what defines true leadership. Purposeful leaders understand that lasting impact requires more than passion, it demands vision, consistency, and commitment. A clear vision gives direction to every effort, guiding both the leader and their community toward a common goal. Without vision, even the most enthusiastic beginnings can lose focus over time. Consistency is what turns vision into reality. It's not the grand gestures that build progress, but the daily dedication to doing what is right and meaningful. True leaders show up even when no one is watching, staying grounded in their values regardless of challenges or recognition. Their steadiness builds trust, and trust builds momentum. Sustaining impact also means embracing adaptability. The world changes, and effective leaders evolve with it, learning, improving, and innovating without losing sight of their core purpose. They inspire others to stay committed, reminding them that progress is a journey, not a destination. When vision and consistency work together, leadership becomes timeless. It outlives the individual and continues to inspire future generations, proving that true leadership is not about being remembered, but about leaving behind something worth remembering. Conclusion: Leading with Purpose, a call to action. Leadership, at its heart, is not about standing above others, but walking beside them with vision and integrity. It is about using one's influence not for personal gain, but for the betterment of the community. Purposeful leadership begins when we recognize that every action, no matter how small, carries the potential to inspire and uplift those around us. Each of us has the power to make a difference. You do not need a title, a position, or applause to lead, you only need the courage to care, the willingness to act, and the commitment to serve. True leaders see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to bring people together and create change. The world does not need more leaders who seek power, it needs more leaders who seek purpose. Those who choose to lead with compassion, who listen with empathy, and who act with integrity will always leave a mark that time cannot erase. So, lead where you are, in your home, your school, your workplace, your community. Let your purpose guide your actions, your vision shape your future, and your consistency build your legacy. Because when you lead with purpose, you don't just change lives, you transform the world.